We have 4 kids. Stuff very quickly can accumulate. I'm always in a state of declutter. This is feeling very overwhelming. Hello and good morning. My name is Delilah if you are new, and today I want you to join me as we declutter my entire house. This is something that I feel like I'm constantly doing. I'm always in a state of declutter. If I ever notice something or I'm going through an area and I realize we're not using something, I set it aside. I always have an ongoing box or boxes of stuff. Currently we have a few boxes accumulating in the basement, so we're gonna bring those up later. But around this time of year, I really like to thoroughly go through my entire home and make sure there's nothing in here that doesn't need to be here. With Christmas coming up, I know that there will be a few items that we will be bringing into our home, and I wanna make sure that there's room for those items. I wanna make sure that those items will have a home and a spot in our house that makes sense. We have 4 kids, and so stuff very quickly can accumulate if I'm not on top of it. So I just like to be very diligent with it. If there's too many things floating around the house, especially things that don't have a home, it starts to feel very overwhelming. It starts to take up too much of my time. With that being said, I think I'm just going to walk through the house with my box and my bag. If anything needs to be tossed, it goes in here. Anything that needs to be donated will go in here, and we'll go through the donations at the end and sort them out. We recently went through the kids' clothes, so I know I don't have to do that. I do want to go through my own closet. I want to go through bathroom vanities, possibly like the linen closet, for sure toys and books, and maybe even into our kitchen as well. Join me as we declutter. This wardrobe used to store Annie's newborn things when she was still in our room. And now that she's not in our room anymore and she's not in newborn things anymore, it's basically empty. We have some like camera equipment in here, but most of these drawers have nothing in them. Aside from my dresses in this main compartment, we've got a lot of extra storage in here, which is kind of nice. Pretty much everything on this half of the house is officially decluttered. I did go through the laundry room and decluttered that whole room, cleaned it all up. I actually filmed that, so I can leave that video link down below. The last thing I want to get done in this part of the house is to go through the books. We've got some books here. We have some books down here. We also have some extra books up here in the closet. And then Annie has a small collection of baby books in here as well. At the time of filming this, I had just gotten everything kind of like neatly stacked here and tucked away, and I was going to show all that I had managed to declutter when I managed to break my toe right here. It's healing up nicely, but that is my first broken bone and a very interesting experience. So now 2 weeks later, we are revisiting this. This has been sitting here for the last couple of weeks. We've been slowly adding to it as I've been going through stuff and finding things that we just no longer need. This is a disorganized box. When I'm done decluttering, I need to go through and organize these into different boxes. Like these cameras we want to try and sell. Kids' clothes will bring to Once Upon a Child. My clothes I'll take to a different place. These I want to just gift to my sister. This is a bunch of bedding that I found. These boxes are empty and ready to be filled, and I have a bunch of pumpkins that I still need to deal with, so please ignore those. I'm really hoping I can finish the job today. I've had moments in the last couple of weeks where I have had opportunities to work at this, but a job of this scale I find really hard to do in bits and pieces because it takes me a while to get into that headspace. And to really work hard at it. So I've reserved this for a Saturday, a day where I don't have any other plans other than to clean. I'm hoping I can just hash this out today. I'm hoping I can get it done. I've managed to get half of the house done, so all that's left to do is the kitchen, the toys, and then going down into the basement a little bit. So while I'm going through my cupboards today, I think this is a good opportunity to also give them a good wipe down because it is overdue, and for that I'm going to be using my most favorite non-toxic cleaner from Branch Basics, who is sponsoring this portion of today's video. Believe it or not, I used to be that person who had baskets of cleaning products. It was almost like I collected them. I loved the scents and I loved trying all of the different products, and then I became pregnant. And all of a sudden those scents that I loved so much were making me gay. And then as I had kids, I started to become more aware of the toxins that were in those cleaners that I once loved so much. And I just couldn't do it anymore. I needed something different. A good friend of mine recommended Branch Basics, and I have not looked back since. There's so much that I love about Branch Basics, and you know this because you've heard me talk about it so many times. First, I love that they're non-toxic. That is number one of importance for me when it comes to a cleaner. and Branch Basics is exactly that. They're Leaping Bunny certified, they're Made Safe certified. It's the cleanest cleaner I've managed to find. As a mom, this is so important for me because I've got 4 little kids running around the house. They're touching stuff, they're licking stuff, and the last thing I want is for them to be ingesting something that is really harmful for them. I also love that they have no fragrance. There are no fragrances added to it. It doesn't smell like anything, which might seem like a downside to some people, but for me, that is a huge perk. Zach too, he loves that there's no scents, but because there are no scents added to it, I do have the freedom to add some essential oils or scents that we do enjoy. And third, and I think this might be my most favorite part about Branch Basics, is their really easy to use cleaning system. So I can clean my entire home with these 2 products. The Oxygen Boost is a very powerful stain remover. I use it to get the gunk and grime off of my pots and pans. I use it to clean my tile grout. I use it to clean our laundry. This is the stain remover that I use, and it works so well, better than anything I've ever tried. And the concentrate is a very powerful non-toxic cleaner that will clean literally everything. All you have to do is dilute it with some water and you're good to go. This 1 bottle of concentrate is gonna give you 3 bottles of all-purpose cleaner, 3 bottles of bathroom cleaner, 3 bottles of streak-free glass cleaner, 3 bottles of foaming hand soap, and 1 bottle of laundry detergent from this. Plus, you can use it for so much more. Everything in my home is cleaned with this, which is such a lovely minimal system. It's amazing having 1 product do everything. So I have the premium starter kit in glass. It comes with everything that you're gonna need to start cleaning your home toxic free. It's so convenient because right on the bottles, it has the measurements for you. It shows the line to fill up with water and then the line to fill up with soap. And just like that, you've got a bottle of cleaner ready to go. You can use my code LEPKEYSLIFE to get 15% off starter kits. There's multiple kits that you can choose from. This one is my personal favorite. And the only thing you should ever have to repurchase again is the Oxygen Boost and the cleaner, which you can subscribe and save to save 10% on future purchases. I'm gonna start cleaning and decluttering my kitchen, but thank you so much to Branch Basics for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to check out the description box, and let's start cleaning. Alright, this is where we have landed for now. All of these things are perfectly good things, like nothing wrong with them. They're in here either because I have too many of them, or I have something that I use in place of that, or I find I just don't reach for it. So all these things are great to go to the thrift store. Now the toys. This is the last part of our declutter, but I think it's going to take the longest. Not that there's a lot to declutter, because I declutter a little bit every time we do a toy rotation. I'm constantly reassessing our toys and what our kids are growing out of and what we should keep, what we shouldn't. But decluttering the toys means that I need to organize every little basket, every little nook and cranny. I would also like to go through the homeschool cabinet and just organize it. I don't know that there's a lot to actually donate in here, but at least we should go through it and make sure it is tidy. Okay, I was debating whether or not to show this in this video because it is embarrassing. I actually did go through and clean it up just a little bit, but this is our storage room. This is where we have the toy rotation closet. And it also holds all of our storage, like extra furniture or extra art pieces that we want to use around the house one day. And all of the donations are in here as well. So it's very full. But most of this is either storage for later or donations. And there's a lot of donations in here, so let's show you. This is the green room. So we have all of this, which is donation. So everything in this section here, this is not donation, that's just storage for now. And then these things are storage for future use, like our window screens from our windows upstairs that need to be taken off during the winter. They need to be put somewhere. Our Christmas tree is upstairs right now, so we need a spot to put our trees and things like that. So this is where all of that stays. But we need to bring all of these donations up. This has just been sitting in this room for the last number of months, piling up as we go through things. So it is now time to take those away. This is also where the toy rotation closet is, and there really isn't a whole lot in here to donate. I was looking at it, and I do need to go through this bin. This is the baby toys. But other than that, everything I think is good to stay. So this is what happens when we allow donations to pile up for 6 months. This is feeling very overwhelming, and I now have to go through all of this stuff and organize it into different categories. We bring kids' clothes to Once Upon a Child. We bring my clothes to a local store called Style Encore. Both of those stores will pay me for the things that they want to keep. So anything that they don't end up taking from me, I take to the thrift store along with all of the other things. So I need to categorize this into 4 categories, the 4th one being clothes, things to give away to friends and family. A lot of the stuff is actually clothes that were sent to me, or toys, things that were sent to me that ended up not fitting right or not working for us, or we had duplicates of. So those things I really love to gift to friends and family and bless others in the way that I've been blessed. So I'm just gonna start working through this. I'm gonna lay out some boxes and start organizing. Okay, this is where we have landed. We have our 4 categories of things. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is stuff that I'm giving away to friends, my clothes, thrift store stuff, and Once Upon a Child things, toys and clothes and stuff like that. And that brings us to the end of our video. We have a lot of stuff that we gotta take away now, but it is gonna feel so good to finally get this out of our home. It's been sitting here and just feeling like a burden for a really long time. We really need to start getting into the habit of taking donations at least monthly to avoid the pile up in our home. Hi. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.